All right, here we go. Look outside now. Some pretty good whitecap action on the bay. Winds have been strong. I mean, sustained 13, but we've had gusts. I saw a gust in Brooksville, 37, and the winds will stay up all night and actually increase later tonight as Nicole approaches us from the east and southeast. Let's see, 70 on the Bayshore, 71 degrees on the USF Marine Science Cam view. That's kind of a cool view looking out over the bay. Winds are north at 18. Here's some local impacts. Obviously, tropical storm warnings up for our entire viewing area. Widespread tropical storm force winds are almost a certainty. 2 to 4 inches of rain through Thursday. You know, and I think back on Ian, there's probably going to be some stronger wind gust in our northern counties from Nicole than we saw with Ian. I mean, Ian, obviously, you know, much more formidable storm, but much more compact. This is just kind of a sprawling. Yeah, it is a tropical storm, but still kind of has a look of a subtropical storm. So widespread tropical storm force winds. The worst weather for us is going to be Thursday morning with some improvement in the afternoon, but really it's going to be Thursday night and Friday where the weather's on the improve. Here's the satellite radar. You can see now the center of Nicole over the Bahamas. We've seen some video of some flooding in the Bahamas this afternoon. Rain bands will be moving to the west and northwest. We're picking them up on Sky Tower. And we saw Evan over in Melbourne. He's in some of these very heavy rain bands that are coming in off the Atlantic, and they'll kind of increase in coverage as the evening moves along. And once in a while, some of those rain bands kind of spin back into the Bay Area. We've had areas of light rain off and on. Here's some wind gust, 30 up in Gainesville. It gives an idea of just how expansive this wind field is. And a lot of it is because we have low pressure, Nicole, over the Bahamas, and high pressure well to our north. So just that squeeze play continues with gusty winds across the entire state. The satellite presentation, you know, we're not looking at a storm that's sitting by itself and is detached from other clouds. This is kind of hooked up with a trough, and those clouds extend all the way up into the Carolinas. The center of the storm is here, and it'll continue to move to the west, maybe west-southwest for a bit. Landfall should be around midnight on the East Coast, so it has maybe 12 to maybe 16 hours of a window, maybe I say like 8 hours of a window of intensification. And then once it's on shore, that's really going to be about it as any intensification. The center of it, we'll be watching it on Sky Tower tomorrow morning as it moves across the Bay Area. We're not going to have any well-defined eye, but we should be able to find the center. And along that entire path, we will have tropical storm force winds. When the storm gets up by the Big Bend, the return flow late Thursday into Friday could bring some high water to our west coast. But however, this is not a track that usually brings with it a big storm surge on our west coast. Keep that in mind. As I said, tropical storm warnings are up for everybody. Hurricane warnings are up for the East Coast. Some coastal flooding, Tampa Bay north on the backside, 3 to 5 feet where the center makes landfall, and north of that. Here comes the tropical storm force winds going all the way up almost to the Carolinas. Strongest winds around Tampa Bay tomorrow morning, and then the weather gradually improves by tomorrow evening. These are peak wind gusts. These are not sustained winds, maybe gusting to 60 around Tampa Bay, 50 south of us, and a swath of 70 just kind of closer to the center as it begins to weaken. But generally speaking, we're talking wind speeds around Tampa Bay about 30 to 50 on average. I mean, they're up there today. They've been 35, 37 today, and rainfall, a couple of inches are likely. Hopefully, no additional flooding. Still some high river basins south of Tampa Bay because of Ian. Tonight, it'll be windy, rain kind of increasing in coverage, and 68. Then for tomorrow, periods of heavy rain. Tropical storm conditions in the mid-70s. Improving weather on Friday. Breezy, kind of mostly cloudy. Some passing showers maybe coming in from the Gulf near 80. And if you're boating, which you should not be boating, winds northwest 30 to 40. Seas 7 to 10 feet, bay water rough. Low tide 708. 7-day forecast will turn cooler, less humid over the weekend. A couple of fronts on the way. Got a front coming up on Sunday, maybe a front on Wednesday, with temperatures staying in the 70s to low 80s for daytime highs. Back to you.